All right, welcome back, fellas, to another episode. Today, I'm going to be talking about the market and I'm going to be going on a little rant here. Going to keep it random. I have no direction for this video, no idea what I want to talk about. Just wanted to hop on and say that you are not bullish enough on this market, okay? Look, I know we just had a big liquidation a few days ago, okay? I know this is a big red candle. I know that altcoins just went to zero for 5 minutes, right? I am aware of all that, okay? And I know it's frustrating being an altcoin holder for, pretty much most altcoins. If we just go to the overall altcoin market here, it's been pretty much going to zero this whole cycle. So the average altcoin holder is not doing very well. Emotionally, financially, you're not, okay? That's the reality of this cycle. Now, the thing is this is not the time to be bearish, okay? This is not the time to give up on altcoins, all right? And historically, okay, this is altcoins versus Bitcoin. So essentially, this is how well altcoins, this chart right here, this is how well altcoins have been performing against Bitcoin. So when this goes up, altcoins are doing good. When this goes down, you're better off holding Bitcoin, right? Historically, every single time alts are in the dirt and they look like they're going to zero, they look like they're done, that is the kickoff, right? That is the start of alt season. Every time altcoin investors give up, they throw in the towel, everyone is fearful, everyone thinks altcoins are not coming back, that is exactly the starting point of alt season, okay? And if you look on X, you look on social media right now, a lot of people are giving up on altcoins, right? They're saying this cycle is different, it's a Bitcoin-led only cycle, Wall Street's just buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, alts are dead, alts have no real utility, and alts are never going to come back, okay? That's what you're seeing on X right now. Not even just X, that is what you're seeing in the crypto space right now. And we are at the same levels we were, essentially, or we wicked down to. We did the same levels in 2021 before we had alt season, and in 2017 before we had alt season. We are at those same levels right now. So you need to ask yourself, right? If you are fearful, if everyone is fearful right now, and everyone seems to be giving up on altcoins, that needs to be your buy signal, okay? That needs to tell you, that shows you right there that it is the time to buy altcoins, okay? And, I got a text from my brother, actually, the other day. He's not big on crypto. He doesn't really know anything about the market. He just buys what I tell him to buy. And he texted me. He said, wow, the market crashed. These coins are really just all going to zero. What is happening? You promised me that in 2025, altcoins are going to explode and we will make a lot of money. And it didn't happen. You were wrong, right? And that right there, my friends, that is the buy signal, okay? When the average person starts to give up on altcoins, okay, that means that the market makers, the exchanges, the whales, has driven everyone out of the market. Their goal is to drive all of the weak hands out of the market as much as they can. They want to create as little buying pressure as possible. They want to create as little long leverage as possible. They want everyone to give up so that they can buy in for cheaper. The smart money can actually accumulate. That is what all that matters, right? Is the smart money accumulating, and then they pump the price like crazy, okay? We saw it here. We saw it here. We're going to see it again. We will see it again. We will, okay? Because the cycle, right? Even if Bitcoin topped at 126,000, which I highly doubt it, right? The cycle doesn't end until Bitcoin dominance plummets, right? And we haven't seen that. Bitcoin dominance only fell 13%, right? It's sitting at the same level as it did, it was in November of last year, right? So you need to ask yourself, did Bitcoin dominance fall yet? And the answer is no, right? And, there's a simple solution to all of our problems, and that is Bitcoin dominance plummeting, right? I mean, it happens every cycle. It happens every cycle. That is how the cycle ends, right? So the cycle clearly didn't end yet because that didn't happen. So you have really only one scenario that's going to play out, right? That is Bitcoin dominance plummets, and then we get alt season. Because when Bitcoin dominance plummets, that's when alt season happens. Every single time. That is exactly how crypto works, okay? That is exactly how crypto works. And when this comes, when alt season comes, when Bitcoin dominance comes, right, and falls, you are not prepared for the returns on some of these altcoins. You are simply not prepared. Okay, the average altcoin in the top 100, I believe, is going to 20x. And some of them will 30x. Some of them might only 5x, 10x, but, I see a lot of people like, oh, I'm hoping to just 2x out of my altcoins at this point. You're not ready. You're not ready, because a 2x on your altcoins, okay, that's, if you're holding the right coins, a 2x is not, that's going to happen in a day, right? We're going to get 100% days. We're literally going to get days where coins move up 100%. Okay, let's give a good example here for Chainlink, right? Chainlink wasn't, a crazy mover. It didn't have, it didn't 100x. But this is the weekly chart. Look at some of these candles. Let's go to the beginning of alt season. Oops, I misclicked. This candle right here, 85% in a week. This candle from bottom to top. Even if let's go to Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin had a hard pump. Let's see some of its weekly candles. We're gonna take this green candle right here. 12x in a week. 12x in 1 week. That's what's going to happen to some of these coins. Let's look at Q&T. This is a good mover from last year. From last cycle, I mean. Once again, 115% in a week. That's what we're going to see. And it's going to be consecutive green. I mean, look at this. We have like 2 red weeks and like 15 green weeks. This is what we're about to see. And no one is prepared. You think you're bullish, but how bullish are you, right? I'm telling you, these coins, once Bitcoin dominance drops off a cliff, everything's going to go parabolic. Everything is going to go parabolic. And everyone will be euphoric. Everyone's going to say this cycle is different. This cycle is going to extend to 2026. This cycle's, everyone's going to say it again. The cycle doesn't end when everyone is fearful. That is not how it works. Let's take a look at the liquidation levels right here. Bitcoin, 30-day liquidations. We have 17 billion in shorts and 8 billion in longs. You really think the cycle is over with only $8 billion in longs? Come on. Come on. We're going to squeeze so much higher. And I really believe, look at this, these shorts go all the way up to 128k. I think we're going to go to 130k plus. Alts are going to explode. Ethereum's going to go to 6,000 to 8,000 to 10,000 range. And altcoins are going to 20x. Altcoins are going to 20x, okay? And, if you're just holding cryptocurrency and, praying that, they finally go up, I just want to break even. You're going to break even, okay? I'm telling you right now, you're going to break even. And what you need to be doing is buying as much crypto as possible. This is the time, okay? I just showed you on this chart. This altcoin chart. This is the time. This range right here, this yellow line, we are in that range. We are in this bottom range. You see that we're in here, and now we're in it again. We are in it again. This is the time right now to go all in. All in. Pick some good coins. Aerodrome, right? Sui. Quants, right? You know, you have IMX. Good plays. Pick Dogecoin. Pick good Chainlink, obviously. Pick high conviction altcoins and go all in on them. Go all in. Empty out your bank accounts. I'm telling you. Once Bitcoin dominance flips, this chart goes to the moon and altcoins go to the moon. That's all I got to say. It's really all I got to say. This will play out. I guarantee this will play out. It cannot be more obvious. It cannot be more. It really cannot. The market makers just want to suck as much money as they can out of this cycle. They want to make money too. Okay? They can't just send altcoins to the moon right now. They need to wait. They need to suck as much liquidity as they can. We're about to get rate cuts again. Look, guys. You're not bullish enough. You're not. You're not. If you're just holding and you haven't been buying, buy. Buy as much as you can. This window is closing by the day. And we are getting so close to, like I just said, altcoins exploding. And we're going to hit this target again. That's all I got to say. If you guys enjoy the videos, make sure to subscribe. Because most of you guys watching right now, the majority of you guys watching right now, are not subscribed. Fun fact. So go subscribe. I do a Road to a Million series. I do weekly videos, several a week. I'm trying to grow this channel, try to grow this community. So make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me hear what you think. Okay, if you think alt season is dead, if you think alts are not going to explode, drop it in the comments, all right? I'd love to debate, okay? So, with that being said, I will see you fellas in the next video. Peace out.